Ooh. Sorry guys, I've been listening to too much of the Halo soundtrack for some reason. What's up? I'm Death from Above. Welcome to Death and Destiny. Today we're going to talk about the Defender Titan. Here's my Titan. I think he's a pretty good looking Titan. He's got the exo, or he is an exo. He's got the scar on his eyes. He's got the yellow eyes and the red skin. He's pretty cool. He's wearing his Crota's End armor. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Titan subclass, kind of going along with my subclass videos and the perks and where I think each one is useful. This was a requested video, so I'm going to go ahead and do it on the Defender Titan subclass, the wall against which the darkness breaks. So let's talk about the grenades first. We have the magnetic grenade, the spike grenade, and the suppressor grenade. The magnetic grenade attaches to enemies and explodes twice. This is good if you're just trying to get it stuck to an enemy. This I use for when you have the kill missions, the world events to kill an enemy. It's pretty useful to have a grenade that will attach and explode because those guys are always moving. You need something that'll take their shield down and keep it down. Spike grenade attaches to any surface and emits damaging void light. Crucible, this is kind of useful. You can defend a control point with this. I don't use it too often. And then suppressor grenade prevents enemies from using the abilities for a short time. This is also good in Crucible because you can use it and people won't be able to double jump. They won't be able to use certain things. It's good for Nightfalls too if you have a larger group of enemies you're trying to keep from doing something. It's pretty useful. I think you can use it in Crota's End to suppress the sword bearer too. I do it sometimes there. But those are the grenades. Now the jumps or lift. Increased height, increased control, and catapult. I usually leave it on increased control because it will give you the longest distance jump. It's not going to go very high, but you can go pretty far. So if you're on the Nexus and you're trying to get that to that cheat spot, that cheese spot up on the left, where you got to jump down, then jump on the pillar, then jump across. This is what you want to use, not the increased height. You want to use the increased control because it will give you the longest distance. Increased height is good for if you're trying to just get up somewhere high. You know, Valistark's room when you're trying to get on the lamp, or the chandelier, or whatever it's called. You're trying to get on the pipes. That's when you use increased height. And then catapult, I use catapult everywhere else, like in the Crucible. When I'm just trying to get quick movement, I'll use catapult for Crucible to move around very quickly. So those are the jumps. Then we have the Ward of Dawn. So this creates a bubble that can protect you, and it'll give you certain perks if you move through it. So the first perk you have is Armor of Light. Inside Ward of Dawn, your allies gain significant damage resistance, and this is a very strong damage resistance. So if you're inside the bubble, you're almost invincible. It can be useful in Crucible, but those bubbles make very good targets for Warlock, Nova Bombs, and Gunslingers. So I tend not to use this very often unless you're in a situation where you need to be in it and be invincible. So take the pit on Crota's End if you're trying to defend the plate. You can pop one of these and sit inside the bubble and you will be pretty safe, as long as it lasts long enough. If it doesn't last long enough, you're kind of in trouble. But that's Armor of Light. And then next is Blessing of Light. Passing through gives you a temporary shield. This is the more useful. I like to use this one in Crucible, that way people, and put it outside of a control point. That way people can pass through it and get their shields back and get an overshield pretty much. You can also use this pretty much anywhere, and it's really useful, the Blessing of Light. Also the same for Weapons of Light. This gives you an increased weapon damage. You use this in the Atheon fight to kill Atheon after you come out with Time's Vengeance. If you get your whole team to run through it, you can get a lot of damage on Atheon very quickly. So Weapons of Light is very good if you're wanting to be offensive. Blessing of Light is one if you're wanting to be defensive. And some people don't think about this, but you might get more DPS out of Blessing of Light because you can stand and shoot longer with Blessing of Light. So if your whole team runs through the bubble at Atheon and comes out with Blessing of Light, you can actually stand there and not have to worry about getting hit quite as much, and stand there and hit them longer. But that may not be the best situation for it, but you can definitely use it then. So if you want more DPS, Blessing of Light might actually be better than Weapons of Light because you don't have to worry about your shields and dying. So maybe hard mode raids, that's the better one. Next we have Disintegrate the Punch. War Machine, increase reload on your weapons ridiculously fast. This one's just fun. So if you're just running around punching people, this is the one to have because it's fun. You will reload ridiculously fast. Gift of Light. So your melee can create orbs of light. I don't use this one too often. It may be useful in Crota's End when you need orbs, but I don't usually get close enough to punch things because they will usually punch you back, and it's bad if you die. But it's definitely useful for creating orbs of light whenever you need that in a certain situation, maybe in the Crucible, maybe in Crota's End when you're fighting Crota. that first room. But then we have Unbreakable, Force Barrier, Continue to Recharge. This is a really good one if you have the Don't Touch Me's. Not the Don't Touch Me's, the No Backup Plans, because it increases the duration of Force Barrier. Pair this with the, what was the perk called? Pair that with Unbreakable, and you'll have Force Barrier for a long time. So if you're doing a lot of punching, you want to keep your Force Barrier up, Unbreakable, and the No Backup Plans are the way to go. Here you have the Titan Codex 1, 2, and 3. These just change your armor, recovery, and agility. Same with the Titan Codex 4, 5, 6. Just changes armor, recovery, and agility. Just set that however you want it. I switch back between armor and agility. And then next you have this skill tree right here. First one is Bastion, increases the Ward of Dawn duration. So that's good if you wanted your bubble to last longer or the effects to last longer. No, that's just to increase the duration of the Ward of Dawn, not the effects. Relentless increases the strength and duration of Force Barrier. So if you pair Relentless with Unbreakable and No Backup Plans, you can have a strong, long-lasting Force Barrier, just like Viagra. What? That's weird. Why would you say that? I don't know. Next is Gift of the Void. Ward of Dawn takes damage. It creates additional orbs of light. I like to use this in Crota's Inn when you're in the crystal room. You're getting Crota to, you're summoning Crota. I pop a bubble in the crystal room right when the walls go down. That way, all the enemies shooting that bubble create all kinds of orbs of light. It's really useful, and it's a good place to hide. Pair that with the Blessing of Light in Crota's End. It's very, very good. You can also use this in the pit if you're trying to get any Warlock or Hunter, they're super. Or you can use it in Crucible if you want to be a jerk and have 4 Titans and a Warlock and a Hunter. You put this on with your bubble. All 4 of your Titans do a bubble. It's called a bubble train. And the other 2 characters will always have their super, so you can just destroy people. So I've seen this on that PvP map that everybody doesn't like, that has B in the kind of in the room with the stairs. You can use this with some Titans and a Hunter and a Warlock, or 2 Warlocks and 2 Hunters, and they will always have their supers, and they will always defend B, and you will just make the other team very, very angry because they can't kill you. So that's what that's used for. We're gonna move on because I don't like that. So next we have Untouchable, reduces the cooldown time of Ward of Dawn. So that's really good if you want to pair that with that and be a jerk in the Crucible. Just anytime you want your Ward of Dawn to cool down faster, actually gives you more armor. So that's interesting. Next you have Iron Harvest. Heavy weapon kills have a chance to generate orbs of light. I haven't really used this very much. I forget I have it, but it would be cool if you're trying to run the pit maybe, or do Crota's Inn with a heavy when you're killing Crota or doing the crystal room. Like I said, I don't use it too much, but it's useful. It's a chance, though. It's not guaranteed every time. And Illuminated. This is the capstone one. Capstone perk. Increases the benefits of Blessing of Light and Weapons of Light. So basically, if you have Blessing of Light or Weapons of Light on your bubble and you pop it, or your Ward of Dawn, Illuminated increases it. So it takes, I think, Weapons of Light from like 20% increase to like a 35% increase. It's a significant increase. And it will increase your Blessing of Light too. So that's what Illuminated does. That's how you use it. This is the Defender Titan subclass. We got through everything, guys. If you have any questions about this subclass, let me know. I'm a dance by the Traveler. If you got any questions about it, let me know. I've tried to explain it as best I can. I'm sure I left stuff out. That's a cool shot right there. That's a good shot. Boom. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm Death from Above. I really appreciate the views. As I always say, it's still the truth, and I still mean it. So if you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. I truly thank you. Guys, have a great day. Let me know what you thought. Leave any comments below, or send it to my Twitter, or come to Twitch. I'm on Twitch every Thursday night. So come check me out. Twitch.tv/DeathFromAboveX. It's the same as my YouTube. So I will see you next time, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. You have a great one. See you later. See ya. Bye. Moving on.